Hi there, my name is Beck and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. And I have been watching Picard. Thankfully, I've been able to finish watching Picard. It is over. Oh, thank God for that. It wasn't so much painful. It wasn't agonizing. It was just dull, mainly. Like I wish. You know what it was like when you're reading the like you have a 2-3 year old kid, you're reading them as a really simplistic children's storybook, and you've read it to them 800 to 900 times before, and you're like, okay, little A has whatever the book is, like, really, I got to go through this again. Oh, I'm just so glad it's over. That's really where I am. I'm just so glad it's over. So yeah, I don't think we're ever going to have to talk about this again. Will we get to a second season? They're planning it, but will Civilization, as we know it, still be there when they want to film it? And if we are, will CBS still be there? Probably not. To one or both of those questions. So okay, so let's talk about this final episode of Star Trek Picard. The blandly named show. Of course it's blandly named for a bland, bloody show. Alright, but before we get into it, if you could hit that subscribe button, that'd be fantastic. Thank you so much. I am very, very appreciative. We give away stuff all the time on this channel to show you my appreciation. One of the stuff we give away is, if you go to the video notes, there is a download to a Doctor Who radio play starring Nicholas Briggs as the Doctor from the mid-80s by a fan group called Audio Visuals. And also, on Sunday night, I'll be giving away Breaking Bad, the complete second season. All you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel. Subscribing being the important part from my perspective, and then leaving the hashtag I am the one who knocks. And I promise we will give this away on Sunday. It's been about a week late, and we'll have a whole new giveaway. Maybe we'll do a Doctor Who giveaway next week. I don't know. If I can find it. Yeah, I've got some Star Trek stuff as well. I've got to see if I can dig it out. Yeah, maybe somewhere there. Okay, let's talk about the episode. Firstly, yes, thank God it's over. First thing you see, though, like the first thing they show you, this wasn't a good idea, is a 2 or 3 second trailer for the next season of Discovery, and I was like, no! Oh, I was like, it was a full, Captain Kirk Star Trek 2 Khan, no, like, no! And funnily enough, they've actually made it look worse. How can you take the worst character in the history of characters and make them worse? Apparently you change their hairstyle and give them a flag. That's what you do. Okay, so now this story is over. They said we wanted to have a much more fuller, in-depth story and unfold it over 10 weeks and take time with it. Like this the binge watching model is really very good at telling much fuller stories. This wasn't a fuller story. Like, what the hell? They could have done this in 2 hours. They really could have done this in 2 hours, and it would have been way better had they done it They should have done it as a movie of the week. It's beyond me. It's beyond me how they stretched this out for 10 hours. But they stretched out for 10 hours, and I was so incredibly bored. It shouldn't be a mystery. That they did, because again, if you have insomnia. This might be the show for you. This might be the thing that'll help you get you to sleep. So fine, we get the previously on Star Trek Picard, and after that we have Narek is he broke out, or heavily intimated he was broken out by cool super hot Soji. Gold super hot Soji actually. Cool gold super hot Soji, but broke her out, and he makes his way to the Bull Cube. And I didn't really remember the Bull Cube being in the ocean on a beach, but okay, I get, I don't remember much, because again, this show just doesn't make that much of an impression on me, and so I don't remember that. I don't remember Narek's sister being there, who he sneaks in to try and find. I thought she was with the Romulan fleet, but okay, whatever. That's what's going on. Who cares? Really, who cares? Then we cut to Picard, who's playing with CGI butterflies. Ooh. And Soji is out building her beacon, because now she's now she's calling the new big bad of the series. Really, I just hate it. Okay, just in writing terms, I don't think it's a good idea to introduce a major villain in the last part of the story, in your last episode. Like, really? now's the time you're going to do it. Like, no, like, who cares about this villain? Nobody knows about them. Nobody cares about them. They just know they're bad. But again, the characterization is not a thing that they're big on in the in the secret hideout world, in the Alex Kurtzman Trek world. And again, this is just proving once again with these new cartoon villains, the big bad, the Jad Vash, the villains of the whole series were completely correct in everything they did. Like, completely. Yeah, fine. They would they worked very hard to avoid this happening, and apparently for good reason. So then we have that. Then we got the dumbass titles happening of the world is with the blue skies, everything's perfect. Then a shard falls down. Again, I wonder if that could be a political analogy. Really? God. And so Narek takes a bunch of these super grenades from the Bull Cube, and he goes to blow up the 8 orchids that apparently represent a massive threat to 214 Romulan ships being commanded by was it Commodore O or General whatever. Now she's totally out of disguise. They've given up on that. Yeah, I was the head of Starfleet security. Now I'm really general in the Romulan army or Romulan Navy, whatever. It would be army, wouldn't it? Do navies have generals? I don't know. But again, I don't really understand the whole structure of the Romulan society. Do they have a government and a military, or are they a refugee? I don't know. Somebody tell me. Actually, nobody tell me. Because I don't bloody care. I don't care. So back on the La Serena, we have Raffi, who just is a bad character, and Rios, who I quite like, uses this magic tool, this Harry Potter wand. They got from somewhere. I remember them getting it from somewhere, but again, nothing makes impression. I remember them getting it from somewhere, and it could do magic stuff, and they use a magic thing to fix their ship magically, and it's just kind of underscores the lack of understanding about what Star Trek is. I heard this story once, which will segue in. When I was in, I'm a real rabbi. If you don't know, that when I was in rabbinical seminary, the head rabbi, Rabbi Noah Weinberg, gave a story once about this guy who became religious, and he asked him how he became religious. He says, well, one time I'm cutting it down, obviously. One time I was riding down a street, I was on a mountain road, and 2 trucks came at me on a mountain road, and I was on a bicycle. I swerved off, and I leapt, and I went off the cliff, and I landed, boom, and I landed perfectly, just on a ledge a little bit below, not injured, standing upright, and it was a miracle, so I decided to become religious at that point, because God saved me. And so my rabbi, who was a little bit like that, he turned around and said, yeah, who do you think put you there in the first place? So what does this have to do with this? Okay, why do they have a thing where they crash the ship and it's completely out of commission, they don't know how to fix it, just to invent a magic wand to fix it? No! Star Trek fans don't like magic wands, okay? We don't like magic wands in Star Trek. We like them in Harry Potter. We don't like them in Star Trek. And so this was just dumb. I don't understand why create a problem they had to create this stupid solution for. Just don't create the problem. Have the ship crash, but we fixed it, So Jurati is back with the synth being the worst secret agent of all time, because she can obviously see that she's about to betray the synths. Do you remember the Simpsons once? I think it had I was showing how old it had Mel Gibson in it. I think it was Mel Gibson, and Homer Simpson's writing the plot for it, and he's like, no, you can tell he's a villain just because, but he makes it go, See, look at his shifty eyes, and it's exactly the same with her. Exactly the same with her. So, although it is great to see Brett Spiner back, even though he's in this crappy, nonsensical sing role, really, again, I was talking about it last week. He should be Noonien Singh's great grandson. Whatever. Who cares? Nothing matters. Nothing matters. That's written in the writers' room of Star Trek Picard and the Secret Hideout. Nothing matters in terms of plot. Nothing matters. So they pot around for a bit. They talk about their synth that they're going to download, I think, Jurati into, but no, but obviously they're setting up for Picard to be downloaded into it. Meanwhile, we have Narek and Elnor have joined up with Rios and Raffi at La Serena, and Raffi goes back to calling Picard calling him JL. Oh, God, I just hate that. I hate that so much. And honestly, I don't like the character at all. So yeah, again, I've seen the whole series now. I can make an informed decision. I don't like the character. I don't like the JL. I just don't like it. So Jurati has stolen the eye of the synth that was murdered, so that Narek could escape. The one good eye, I guess. So she can use it to open the door to Picard's, well, I wouldn't say cell, like nice office that he's in. They're keeping him in so you can break him out. And they make it back to the, was it La Serena, right as was it the everybody else, Narek, Elnor, Raffi, and Rios make it to the synth place, because they have an alliance, and they're going to try and blow up the beacon that Soji is building, so they don't call the bad AIs that's going to kill everybody horribly, as we saw in the admonition. For even though, like, why do we believe that? I don't know. We just do. Fine. So they have this really dumbass plan to get in there by hiding the bomb in Rios's football. So yeah, okay, whatever. That's not the most dumbass plan we see this week. So yeah, I can let that one go. So Brett Spiner's character is now on like Picard's group side. Yeah, so they talk about Rios and Raffi, and say, how are we going to get in? Yeah, how are we going to get past? And Brett Spiner's like, maybe I can help you out with that. Because Brett Spiner's character, I just can't call him so, has downloaded the memories or the vision of the synth, the British synth that was killed, and saw it was Hot Gold Soji that did it. I think with Narek, yeah, that did it. So he exposes her. He exposes her in front of the other synth. So there's what 20 people living in this commune. 20, yeah. He exposes her and then switches her off. Okay, that's a bit. I didn't think they would have that built into them, but switches her off because she's an evil synth. But Soji keeps on building the beacon, and the way she's building it is with a virtual holographic game of Jenga. It looks like she's like building this little pyramid as the beacon grows up. And then so they have this really, again, dumbass plan. Yet another dumbass plan to stop them building to blow up the beacon. So the dumbass plan is that Narek and Elnor will start fighting all the synths. Yeah, there's like one of them can take out an army. No, they're going to fight all of them. But fortunately, most of them just stand around and they don't think to attack. While Rios waits for the right moment to open up his ball and throw the bomb in. So throw the grenade in. So Soji pauses for a second when she sees Narek getting beaten up a bit, because she still has feelings for him, because yeah, he may have tried to kill her. He may have lied to her relentlessly and used her and manipulated her, but he's still very hot. He's a very attractive man, so I guess everything's okay then. And honestly, that guy should be Doctor Who. He'll be a great Doctor Who. As all this is going down, Picard and Jurati take off in La Serena to confront the Romulan fleet with the 8 orchids that are flying up slowly. So Soji defeats the dumbass plan, because they finally throw the bomb at the Jenga game, and she catches it and throws it into the air, blowing up theirs harmlessly. So we cut back to the ball cube, and the reason we cut back there is so 7 or 9 can confront Narek's sister, who I still don't know the name of. Okay, this is episode 10. She still hasn't made enough of an impression on me to remember her name. So yeah, that happened, and of course, we have 2 approximately equal-sized women. So yeah, they're gonna have a fight. Okay, fight. That's actually pretty good. That's a pretty good fight. But it's just very predictable. The 7 and 9 is gonna throw it down the shaft, whatever. It's just you can see it all coming from a mile away. The Romulan fleet arrive, led by Commander O, again somewhat breaking her cover as head of Starfleet security, and she just turns out to be one of the crappiest villains of all time. She's less convincing than the biker Klingons from Star Trek V. You know, the ones who were shooting space garbage. Yeah, those ones. Yeah, it's just very melodramatic and just crap. Yeah, basically crap. Jurati uses the magic stick again that they used to fix the ship. To this time to make a gazillion replicas, replica images of La Serena. So the Romulan fleet think they're facing lots and lots of them. Just as the 8 orcas arrive, and the orcas now are suddenly massive. They're like the plants from Little Shop of Horrors. They're like, feed me, Seymour. They start eating all the ships, and so again, they're much more of a threat than they were a week ago. But okay, go figure. Soji's beacon is finished and it comes online just as like the Romulan fleet finishes blowing up the destroying the Orchid and taking out the La Serena's duplication thing, whatever you want to call it. So it all looks pretty bad. The portal starts to open up, and you know what's in there is really, really evil because it's a red portal. And then, you know, and the evil AI start to, they said they're going to come out the instant it opens, right? That doesn't happen. But what does Kurtzman have with AIs? He's like pretty much obsessed with them. You know, like, he hears one good idea. It's like, yeah, let's stick with that. You know, like, I'm sure that he loved the whole, all my friends choose to live. I'm sure he loved that crap. Okay. So yeah, the portal opens up, and the AIs don't come through yet because they have to wait for a massive fleet of Starfleet ships to show up. They all show up, and are crap designs. Like, really, I don't like the ship design at all. They don't feel sleek. They don't feel Federation-y, but actually, and they all look exactly the same. One of the things I've always loved about Star Trek fleets is you get all these different designs. No, these are all exactly the same, and I don't know how come Starfleet has all these incredible resources now. There must be a couple of hundred of these massive starships. Boom, just go to the planet they never heard of before because the guy they don't like has asked them to come for help. A guy who they really, really don't like, and he said, "Oh, I'm going to meet on Deep Space 12," and then he just decides not to show up there. But you know, the stupidity goes down a little bit easier because we get a spoonful of sugar with it. The spoonful of sugar is, of course, Captain Riker. I don't know why he's not Admiral. Captain Riker, who is brilliant, freaking brilliant. We want a Riker series. We want, he's so freaking good as Riker. You know, it's you know why he's good at Riker? Because he's being Riker. He's acting like Riker. You know, and it's great. You know, and he's not Riker in name only, and he's doing Star Trek-y things. Finally, we see somebody in a Starfleet uniform sitting in a captain's chair again. Don't like the ship at all. Don't like the bridge design, but at least it looks Star Trek-y, and it's such a breath of fresh air, and like that's a release. So then Commander O says Riker and her like try and talk each other down, and Commander O. Commander Rose says, and best villainous voice, they have the camera from beneath her to make her seem super evil. Says, prepare to fight! And it's super, super cringe. It really is super cringe. But then, when Riker goes, weapons hot, deflectors to full, that's just goosebumps. So why can't we have more than that? And again, that we have these little flecks of brilliance, of like reminding me how much I love these characters, because the first time I actually get to see them, how much I actually love these characters. It just makes everything else so much more painful for me. Okay, so it's all about to pick off, but they wait for a second, because Picard starts dying, and Jurati then gives him a lethal dose of meds, so he can call Soji and give her an inspirational speech, which didn't really seem that inspirational to me. It was like, okay. And both the Romulan and Federation fleets go, oh, wait a minute. No, nobody fire. Nobody do anything. Just let's wait and see how this phone call goes. Wait, I'm on the phone. Yeah, so they wait to see how that plays out. And Soji is talked around. What a show. She talked around. And the evil AI start coming through. You know, they're evil because they got tentacles. They start coming through the portal. And big robotic tentacles. It's glowing red, so you know they must be bad. And then Soji is so moved by Picard's speech that she, takes down her big holographic Jenga game, and the portal closes. And then the Romulan and the Federation fleets go, oh, okay then. Yeah, okay, let's go home. Yeah, oh, but yeah. Don't worry about you were a spy in Starfleet for all those years. No, don't worry about that. Let's all just go home. And that's what happens. So then we get again another really great moment. It's a Picard Riker talk, and it's genuinely touching. I really like, and Riker makes fun of where he was, and Riker's like, I'm not going to be left in the woods making pizza. He makes fun of it. It's really good. And he's like, he learned from the best. There's affection there. There's affection between the two, and it's really, really beautiful. And I like, again, what a shame. What a shame of what this could have been. Yeah, and then Picard starts to die, and it's we get some more flashback, like dream sequences. And everybody, they beam him down to the surface so everybody can crowd around him and be all in tears. It's like, oh no, John Luke, people we've never met before. They're all crying. And then we go to this weird kind of like dream sequence. We think it's a dream sequence. It's a fireside chat with Data and Picard, which is also nice. It's lovely to see Data. Yeah, again, remind you why we love these characters. And Picard's performance here, from this moment on, is much less doddery, much less old. So making me realise, oh, he's been playing him super old all through. Like, really? No, why do you play him like freaking Picard? Yeah, that's why you got this truckload of money driven into your bloody living room. It's so you can play Picard, not this like doddery version of him. Okay, fine. So we have this. I actually quite like it. This conversation with Data and Picard, and it becomes apparent that this isn't really Picard. Picard is dead. Picard is dead. And this is a copy of Picard's mind in a highly sophisticated positronic matrix where Data lives as well. And there's he's there for a few moments before he's downloaded into his new body, which apparently they're programmed to die at about the normal time he would die when he was if he didn't have that brain thing, and he's not strong or he doesn't have any super. So thanks for that. He basically take an android and cripple him. That's essentially what you did. Fine. And so we end up on La Serena, and the crew is finally assembled, and we get Picard going, engage at the end. Whoosh, and there you go. And, again, you could have got there, but 2 hours in. This could have been a 2-hour movie, and then we could have had like an 8-hour miniseries of like Star Trek-y stuff, adventures. But God, this was really crap. This was not as bad as Discovery Season 2. I put it about the same level as Discovery Season 1. Okay, that's where I am on it in terms of rating it. And so, with any luck, when the ongoing global apocalypse means we may never have to see this crash again. I mean, listen, if hopefully the CBS stock will just... Okay, hopefully they'll come to their senses and cancel everything and just move on. But if they don't do that, hopefully the CBS stock will tank and they can't continue. And then, I don't want a whole civilization to crumble and we don't have to see this again. But, if a whole civilization does crumble and we don't have to see this again, swings and roundabouts. So my only last thought is it's a big kudos to Michael Chabon, which is actually quite interesting, I should say, because I don't think he wrote a good Star Trek, but I just think he was a bloke who was given a job to write something. He was like, well, I'm right, and he had no idea. All the fans would be like, what are you doing? Nah, nah! And he thought he was a Star Trek fan, but then, he was like, people got really pissed off that I killed off Hugh, and I killed and I had, Ed Shep's eye drilled out agonizingly for no apparent reason. People got very upset by that. People got upset that that Raffi was essentially a crack whore. And he was just genuinely shocked. And he had quite a good act on social media. He engaged with the fans. He wasn't derisive to fans. He didn't attack fans. So for that, my hat is off to you. Genuinely, my hat is off to you, Michael Shaw. Didn't like your Star Trek, but at least I like your professionalism and I like the way you dealt with the audience. So again, thank God we're over. we made it to the end. I'm going to be doing a live stream tomorrow night. We'll have a panel, and I'm not sure who's going to be on it, but we'll dissect this for one last time. Oh, unless and then Bolstrick's going to have one where we're going to dissect as well, so I might be on that. My name is Felix Becken, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop, and have yourself a fantastic day.